Good effort by Irons. In the absence of Tranmere's all-time leading scorer Ian Muir, they've been looking more and more for Kenny Irons to nip forward from midfield and poach a goal or two. And he almost poached the most important of his life then. Steps in towards Cunningham. Garnett doing his job well. Higgins tidying up. Thomas back to his goalkeeper. Strange to relate that Bolton and Tranmere are currently amongst Wembley's most regular customers. This is Wanderers' third visit in 5 years. Chris Malkin. Tackled by Alan Stubbs. Rovers were the darlings of that centenary trophy tournament here back in 1988. And who'd have thought they'd be back 4 times in 2 seasons? No club in the Football League can match the progress that they've made in that time. On all fronts. Martindale. Header away by Thompson. And as far as Martindale again. Irons trying to slip it square to Morrissey. Tackled by Storer. Brannan though for Thomas. Martindale. He's played Thomas in here. Bolton stretched. Tony Thomas. Cooper was in. Just wouldn't fall for him. And somehow Bolton smuggled the ball clear. Devilish cross from Thomas. But nobody could quite apply the finishing touch. Steve Cooper came closest. Beautifully played in by Martindale. And Bolton were 6s and 7s here, but somehow they recovered inside their 6-yard box. Steve Thompson. Tony Philliskirk couldn't control it. Higgins rather hemmed in by Darby and Philliskirk. Darby swept in towards Cunningham, but Nixon was quickly down. And here goes Brannan. Once more, Storer has to go back with him. John Morrissey. Malkin on his way beyond Seagraves. Got support just from Cooper in the middle at the moment. Pulled all the way back. Kenny Irons with a real chance. Deflected behind by Stubbs. Importantly so for Bolton. Good challenge by Alan Stubbs. But Kenny Irons has had Tranmere's best 2 chances so far. Well set up for him by Malkin. Martindale again. Irons. Brannan. Morrissey. Brought down by Brown. Free kick to Tranmere. And I think this is Bolton's stiffest examination so far. Hughes and Garnett are forward from the back. It's Malkin is in there. No goal. Referee wants the free kick taken again. Wait for the whistle. Half-time whistle signals the end of a fascinating 45 minutes, made all the more fascinating by the substitution forced on Tranmere after just 13 minutes. The pacey Chris Malkin coming on to replace Jim Steele and being a key figure in Tranmere having the upper hand in the opening period. Barry Cowdrill, who was getting forward with some effect for Bolton early on, but they've been pushed back in the closing half hour or so. And let's hear from Johnny King, the Tranmere manager.
There must have been a moment there when you thought you were 1-off.
Could have been 2 or 3, but again, they came 2 halves. We've got to go out there second half and take the game to them again.
Wide open spaces that Chris Malkin's exploiting quite successfully since he's come on.
Yeah, he's done well. He's done well. We're creating chances. We've just got to continue it.
Johnny King has some talking to do. The half-time scoreline is Bolton Wanderers 0, Tranmere Rovers 0. Nada's soccer special from the Wembley playoffs. The story of Blackpool and the 4th Division promotion playoff still to come. But at halfway in the 3rd Division showdown, still no goals. Although Tranmere Rovers have had the ball in the neck. And just keep an eye on here, the referee Keith Hackett, trying to get the 2-man Bolton wall back. Now, when does he put the whistle to his mouth? There, and Morrissey has already started to run in and take the free kick, and Malkin's goal was disallowed. It was a close run thing, but Keith Hackett is very, very clear. As soon as Morrissey's taken it, he's waving his arm to stop play. Nothing Falgate could do to stop Chris Malkin's header. It didn't count, though. It's 0-0 at half-time. Bolton hoping for third time lucky. They've been losers in 2 previous playoffs. In fact, this is the furthest they've ever got. They did finish 5 points ahead of Tranmere in the final third division table. They only missed out on automatic promotion by goals difference. But they're going to have to find an improvement in their second half display if they're to exact their own kind of justice this afternoon. Mark Seagraves. Away by Mark Hughes. Paul Comstiff. Julian Darby. Barry Cowdrell with Paul Comstiff outside of him. Julian Darby inside of him. Lost the ball though, away by Irons. Cooper asking rather a lot of Irons with the return ball, but Seagraves has knocked it into the path of Morrissey. 3 other Tranmere players are forward. Tony Thomas arriving on the right-hand side. Plenty of options for him. Cross is too long though. David Falgate, the Bolton goalkeeper, who for all the pressure he's been under hasn't really had to make a save as such as yet in the game. Storer into the path of Brown. Petterskirk. Better approach play. Thompson couldn't direct the cross as he wished under pressure from Jed Brannan. Cooper making something out of nothing. Taken a little bit late by Comstiff. It'll be a free kick to Tranmere Rovers. Indirect, you can see the referee's arm raised in the foreground. Tony Thomas. Malkin hit the crossbar. Chance for Irons. Smuggled away. Important challenge by Julian Darby. Malkin's getting closer and closer. That thudded against the bar. So much space for Chris Malkin, but he couldn't quite pick out the spot that he wanted. Given away though to John Morrissey. Tranmere are being almost invited to come forward, and Malkin's got goal side of Seagraves. He's got Cooper in support, but Seagraves stood his ground. Constant threat. Just eased clear of Seagraves, who did really well just to stand up and wait his moment. Bright sunshine at Wembley. 12 minutes of the second half gone. Still no goals. Thomas. On by Garnett, who's continued his run forward. Kenny Irons. John Morrissey. It's prodded away from him by Cowdrell. Only as far as Martindale, though. Thomas. Martindale. Crossed in towards Garnett. Now can Bolton try to expose Tranmere with Garnett committed downfield. Got a lot of cover back though. Stuart Storer. Thompson. Good ball. Comstiff. Darby. First time for a while that Bolton have exchanged a few passes and tried to open Tranmere up. Darby shot. Smothered by Hughes. Appeals for handball. Bit of an Eton Wall game. That's first down and 5. But amidst all that good-natured banter, there was quite a strong penalty appeal against Mark Hughes, the Tranmere defender, when he was on the ground. Now, did he handle the ball here? Well, that's that's not conclusive, is it? Nixon tunnelling in. I'm not sure all that's altogether legal.